Alright, what's up everyone? We're back with another game hunting video. We're going to kick this one off locally, see what we can find in the local charity shops, and still have to get that infamous toilet seat from the last episode. I know a few people were asking about that in the comments. So a bit of mixed hunting to start this one off. See how we get on today, and then we'll probably do another day where we'll head off, maybe take the dart out to Dunleary or drive out to Drogheda and try and hit 8 or so charity shops in one go. But let's not waste any more time, let's get out there, so sit back, relax and enjoy the game hunting.
So didn't find anything in the first one to get us started. Little Big Planet for Euro is a pretty good deal. The disc was actually pretty nice. It just had a few fingerprints that would have cleaned up pretty well, but it's only trading for about €1 these days. It used to do a little bit better, so we left it behind for someone else. Not to worry, we'll keep going. I'm going to hit the 2 gammy ones in Kilbarrack now. I haven't been in there in a while. I used to mention how I go into them all the time and never find anything, but on the back of what happened in the last one where I found all those toys in the shop in Swords where I never really find much, we're just going to spin in. It's only 5 minutes out of the way on the way down to the next one, so we'll pop in there, have a little look, and you never know what we might find, so let's jump down there and see what we can get. So as suspected, nothing in those two. One of them actually did have a decent pile of DVDs, so there's hope that we might find something another time. So maybe we'll put them back on the little local route again and see if we've got a bit of luck on another day. But we're just going to head down to Jack and Jill now, see if we can find anything there, and then just Vincent's and Coolock, and then we're going to go and get this infamous toilet seat. So fingers crossed we pick up a few bits in these last 2 stops. So it's looking like it's going to be one of those find nothing kind of days. We still have 1 stop left to try and get a few bits in, and we still have the very important toilet seat to get, so not a complete waste of a day, but we're going to be out and about anyway. So like I always say, if you're nearby a few charity shops, always take the chance to jump in, have a quick look. It's only going to take an hour out of my day. Always enjoy a little look around, and some days you never know, you're just going to find crazy stuff. So anyway, fingers crossed for the last stop and see if we can get anything. So no games, no toys, no nothing. Hopefully at least end the day with a feckin' Jack seat. I can't be the only one that's lethal in places like this. I'm up here for toilet seat and I'm already around perusing the garden section thinking about picking up bits and bobs. This stuff could actually be handy for the game room, you know, if I run along the back of the shelf so that the games don't push too far back if you want to kind of keep them at the front. £7 though. I'm far too easily distracted in places like this. I need to find the toilet seats and get out of here before I spend a fortune. Sorry, do you know where the toilet seats are? Right, we found them. I just need to take my time and buy the right one this time because I'm a man, so obviously I just bought like the random cheapest one I could find last time. It doesn't fit, so I think we're on the right track here though. €65 for toilet seat. This one better fit. So how many of you started the day thinking that you'd end up by watching someone install a toilet seat? That's the joys of YouTube. This is not as straightforward as you think it is. I have to give in on YouTube. We have a toilet seat. Didn't have any joy in the local shops last week, so we're back in Dunleary. I haven't been here probably in a month or two. Only came twice this year and found absolutely nothing, but it has been good to us in the past, so fingers crossed we have a good day and we pick up some games. Bruh.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you're just saying, didn't have much joy locally at all. At least we were successful in the toilet seat hunt, so we have to take something out of the first hunting day. But then we took the dart out to Dunleary. As I mentioned when I got there, hadn't really been there in a while. Kind of got scorned the last couple of times. Didn't really find anything, but it has paid off dividends in the past. So just thought, why not? Let's get out there and give it a shot. Was really starting to feel it after this like first 6 or so shops. Found virtually nothing. Just got this Grand Theft Auto 4, which I picked up purely for trade because it was €2. But I only realised when I was kind of looking at the pickups that it's actually the NTSC version. Now, as you know, PlayStation 3 is region free, so this will play on the PlayStation 3, but CX still won't take it. So I think I've got this game a couple of times over in different shapes and forms, so I'm sure we can magic one together and we'll get our €5 trade credit for that. But yeah, we just kept going. I knew the Aladdin's Cave was the one, if any of the shops were going to save us, it was going to be in there, and the amount of games they had were absolutely unbelievable. I haven't really had a chance to go back through the footage yet. I'm kind of recording this a few days after we picked up the games, so I don't really know exactly what I showed in it, so I'll kind of talk through it, and if I'm repeating what you've already seen, then I'm sorry, but it's not exactly fresh in the mind. I've been back and working on that for a few days, so. But yeah, we walked in, found a way over to the area where they normally have like games, media, stuff like that, and I just caught like a little pile in the box. Didn't really pay much heed to it at first, just seeing there was a couple of PS2 games, some Wii, Xbox, the usual sort of stuff. When I got closer and seeing some of the games that were in there, oh my god. Now, I'll go through them individually in a second, but there was someone sort of standing to my right looking at what it was, CDs or something like that, and I could see through the shelves. There was games scattered on the shelves there. There was a wire rack on the bottom, which I think I've shown, that had all PS4, so I just knew this was going to be a monster pickup. I could already see some titles that I wanted for the collection, and I've seen some stuff that I already had that I knew could trade off, so this was probably going to be a good sort of deal where we do what we do best. We get a nice pile of games for the collection, and we get them for free by selling or trading off the ones that we already have that are actually worth a few bob. But the way it works in there, they don't really price games up. It's a sort of a, I wouldn't call it a bartering system, that's probably the wrong word to use, and I don't really like to negotiate in charity shops. I don't go in asking, oh, can you do it for this price, can you do it for that price. I'm perfectly happy to either pay what the charity shop wants for a game, don't mind paying up if it's a good one and it's worth money, but I generally, if I don't feel like I want to pay whatever it is they're asking, I just leave it there for someone else. I'm sure there's someone else who's more than happy to pay the money and they'll get their few bob that they need out of it that way. But yeah, this shop, you sort of, there's very little price in it. You sort of just bring up your stuff to the woman that works in there and she kind of trashes through what she wants for them and you kind of work out a little deal. So what I did in this one was, I've dealt with her many times before. She's very fair with me, always does a really good deal for me, especially when I kind of buy a decent bundle of games. I had a feeling that maybe she would price up the PS4 stuff. So I'll probably show the footage in this video. I'm still working on the first episode of the FIFA hunt. There's a lot of FIFA in this one, but didn't really pick up anything in the end, not to spoil the episode, but there's other stuff that I'm going to show in it. But there was a lot of FIFA games in there, so I kind of had a feeling that I might get overcharged for those. So what I did was, I just brought, again, I haven't looked at the footage, I don't know how much of it I shown, but I literally went up to a stack of games this high. So she sort of separated them out into two piles, into what was the better stuff and what was the not so good stuff. So the better stuff was like the FIFAs, any of the PS4 games. There was Mario Kart in there and a couple of other bits, and segregated it off into a different pile. So I'm not really going to go through it. There was a few seal games and stuff like that that ended up, I'll show what I ended up getting in the end. But what she did was she split them off into two piles. So there was one with about 8 games in it, and I think she said she wanted 25 for that pile, which straight away I was more than happy with, because one game that was in the pile that I wanted was this Dragon Quest Journey of the Cursed King. Don't know what happened there, the camera just decided to shut itself off. But yeah, this Dragon Quest Journey of the Cursed King, it's like a €30 game all day long, and this is in absolutely minty condition. It's fully complete with a really nice manual, and the disc is like, it's been played maybe, but like the lightest of scratches that you can barely see on it. So really nice bit for the collection, and as I said, some of the stuff that's in here is going to pay for everything all in. So that was that pile negotiated. Then all the PS4 stuff got brought into it. I think I had about, I'd say all in there was about 25 games. I think she threw a figure of like 100 quid out there. Not interested in that, so what I did was I took out all the FIFAs. There was a couple of other titles in there like Deus Ex, stuff like that, that's probably only worth 3-4 quid. Took them out of the equation, and then there was 2 sealed games. There was a DS game, I think it was Professor Layton, and I'm not sure what the other one was. I think there was like a Kingdom Hearts or something like that they were sealed, so I think they were kind of in the premium pile as well. So I just said, look, if you want to keep a hold of them, if you think you can get more for them sealed, because they're brand new, go ahead. I'm just going to take them home and open it. I don't really covet sealed stuff. A few bits there that I don't need to open, that I'll just keep sealed because I don't need to open them. So yeah, took them out of the pile, ended up with the stack that we left with, and we ended up counting them up and negotiated. I think it was about €3 a game, so all in addition to the first pile, probably added about 3 or 4. A couple of them she put back into the pile, and yeah, about £3 a game. I think we worked out at €39, something like that. But a really good stack of games. So I'm going to go through them here. These are in no particular order because I just kind of threw them down there. But yeah, Dragon Quest, that's the GTA that you see earlier on. Actually, I did try and get a little bit of footage on my phone. I put the camera away at this stage, but I did spot this Ocarina of Time on the DS behind the counter. When we kind of got to the end of negotiating and we agreed a price, I spotted it there and I just asked what the story was with this, and was this going to be put out, and she said it's actually an empty case, but I'm more than welcome to take the case for free if I wanted it, so I'm more than happy with that. A couple of the games that I did find, actually, like the Shadow of the Colossus, was empty, which was unfortunate, but we do already have one in similar condition, so not the end of the world. I had meant to take it with me. She said I could have anything that was an empty case and just take it with me. I think I have like this. Actually, I'll get that out of the way as well. This Kingdom Hearts 1.5 remix. I don't know if this is like a, yeah, it's like a limited edition because it's in like a hardcover with a book. There's a CD in it. I think there's like a soundtrack or something, but unfortunately there was no game disc. But we got to take it away for free, so not the end of the world there. So then everything else that we ended up with was this pile here, and my god, we got some really good titles. I'll just start pulling stuff out of it. OG Xbox first, we picked up a copy of Halo 2. So again, I've mentioned that I don't really see OG Xbox stuff too much, and do have a copy of the original Halo on this, so that's the second one then into the collection. A couple more Halo games for the 360. Now these are, I don't know where someone would have been keeping these, whether they're in a shop window or something like that, but they're fairly sun faded. This one doesn't even have the plastic on the front, but we'll jimmy together a decent case with one of the crappy ones that we have in the drawer there. So Halo Reach and Halo 4. So maybe we'll finally get around to playing the Halo game, because I've never played them before. I know that'll anger a few people, but I kind of missed that little generation of games and stuff like that. That's why we're getting the collection together now, so we can catch up at Christmas or something like that and get a few games played. But also on the 360, a copy of Fable 2. Now I do have this one. I'm pretty sure I have the first 2 Fable games. Where are they? Yeah, I do have this one, although mine looks like it's a different sort of cover art on it. Actually, the one I have is an NTSC J one. So this is the PAL version, so maybe we'll replace that one in the collection. I'm just going to go through everything else that's here is pretty much kind of bangers. She did end up giving me this Professor Layton Lost Future one as part of the deal. This is brand new, sealed. Don't know whether it makes much of a difference to the cost of it, whether I'll flip it, whether we might just keep it, open it and play it. Let me know what you do with it. Then we grabbed a copy of Time Splitters Future Perfect for the PS2. This is one I do want to play. I've never played a Time Splitters game, but anytime I've seen footage of it, I just say to myself, that's something I'd love to have a go of. So definitely going to try and squeeze in a bit of time on that. And as with most of these games, bar the Xbox ones that are a bit torn up and a bit sun faded, this is in really nice condition as well. Lovely manuals and lovely discs on them all. Got this copy of Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. I mentioned before, I do have a couple of the Lord of the Rings games I'm looking alongside for the PS2, and they are supposed to be pretty decent. I think I've played one of the Lord of the Rings games on the PS3, but never got to the PS2 generation of them, so I think this is the one that I needed. I think I had the other 2 from the trilogy games, so pretty valuable one of that as well. Keep an eye out for that. I think that sells for like 20 quid, so as you can see, it's all sort of adding up. So yeah, these 2 along with a couple of other traders are what's going to pay for the whole boil. The whole pile. But 2 classic traders that when you see them in a charity shop for a few decent quid, you have to pick them up, and that's good old reliable Wii Sports and Mario Kart. So I'm pretty sure these are in good. Oh, actually, I forgot that Mario Kart had a bonus disc in it. So we have a copy of Super Mario Galaxy. Now I do have Super Mario Galaxy, and it actually looks like the disc is in okay condition, so maybe we'll throw that into the giveaway. But this was complete with a manual. But I think the one I have is pretty much pristine at this stage because we found it a few times. So again, one for the trade pile. We'll start bringing that stuff up soon and get a few nice bits out of it. But another game series I've never played before, don't shoot me, but we got God of War on the PS4. So looking forward to having a go at that one. We've mentioned Kingdom Hearts before as well. Recently in the last few videos I came across this one in one of the charity shops, but there was no disc in it, or there was a wrong disc or something in it. But this is Kingdom Hearts 2.5 remix, and this is also brand new sealed. And to top it all off, a game that I only really heard about fairly recently. I don't know where I've seen it. I've seen a clip in a video or something like that, and realised what sort of universe of games it came from, and I said I must actually keep an eye on it. Funny enough, when GameStop was closing down, it was one that I sort of wasn't interested in raiding GameStop for games and stuff like that. If I seen a game that I wanted to play that was for a decent price, I probably would have picked it up, but couldn't see this one. But we got it in the charity shop, brand new sealed as well, and that's a copy of The Last Guardian. So I'd never played it. Let me know if you've played it. I believe it's sort of set prior to Eco Shadow of the Colossus type, and I love those two games. They're two of my favourite PS2 games of all time, so really looking forward to having a shot at that. So yeah, that was it for the hunting. Bit of a slow start, but the perseverance paid off. We kept going and we got an unbelievable pile of games in the last shop, so really nice pickup. It's a long time since we kind of got a good grab like that. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for this one. I'm going to try and get a FIFA hunt video out next. And I do also need to talk about our little subscription goal that we got to. We're going to keep that for another video, because I think what I'll do is I'll talk about the 1,000 subs, a few people that I'd like to thank, and then we'll do that video. We'll do the giveaway in that video as well. So keep an eye out for that one as well. That should be coming maybe in 2 weeks or so, maybe next week. We'll see if we can get the FIFA video edited or not. But I promise you, the giveaway is coming soon, and thanks so much to everyone that helped me get to that 1,000, but we'll go into that another time. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around to the end as usual, and we'll see you in one of those next videos. Cheers.